For this week, we'll be looking at surface area of solids. So a couple of area formulas to remember. First one, area of a rectangle, base times height. That should be pretty straightforward for you. It really doesn't matter. It could be length times height, length times width, but side times the side. For a triangle, the main thing that matters here is the height is always perpendicular to the base. Always, always, always. So don't get confused. Sometimes they'll try and throw you a number over here or something. That does not help us find the area of the triangle. It's always centered around that right angle. The height is perpendicular, is a right angle to the base. So for finding surface area of a solid, that means we want to find the area of all the sides of the solid. Looking at this one, it looks like we can only see 3 sides, but if you think of like a box, there's 6 sides, opposite sides are the same. There's a couple ways you can do this. Usually what I find easiest to start out is just think about the sides possible. So we've got this square and then back here, that square, which is 3 by 2. We have a rectangle that is 5 by 3. So that'd be this side and then this opposite side. And then on top, we've also got one that is 5 by 2. So that would be the top side and then the bottom side. There's 2 of each of these. So for this first one here, that 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12. For the second one, 3 times 5 is 15, times 2 is 30. For the third one, 2 times 5 is 10, times 2 is 20. Add all those together, and you get 62 feet squared. So that would be the total surface area of that prism. For a triangle, so there's 2 shapes here. There's the bottom. Here's a square, 5 by 5, and then the triangles are all going to be the same, and they're all going to be 6 high, 5 wide. So 5 times 5 is 25. For this one, it's 1/2 times 6 times 5, and then there's 4 of those triangles, so that'd be 3 times 5 times 4, which would be 60. 60 plus 25 is 85. Because there are no units here, we put units squared. That takes the place of the feet or inches or whatever it may be. Last one. Again, I find it helpful just draw the shapes that you're looking at and know how many you should have in total. So there's 4 and 3 by 2 of them. There's 8 and 3. And then there's 8 and 4. And 2 of those for a total of 6 shapes. 12 times 2, 24. 3 times 8 is 24. Times 2 is 48. 4 times 8 is 32. Times 2 is 64. Add those together, we get 4 plus 8 is 12, 16, 10, 12, 13. 136 feet squared, because we're looking at area, so it's units squared. For multiplying 3 fractions, easiest thing is change them to improper fractions. So that would be 10/8 times 16/5 times 16/5. And I would reduce a little bit. So like this 8 here can cancel out 2 of those. This 5 here can cancel out here, so that would be left with 2 as well. And now we'll multiply straight across. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 16 is 64 over 5. Because the answer was mixed, that usually means we want our final answer to be mixed. So that would be 12 and 4/5. Down here, 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. To be 19 over 9 times 8, 9 over 4 times 12 over 11. These 9s cancel each other out. This 4 will reduce there. So we are left with 19 times 1 times 3 is 57 over 11, which would be 5 and 2/11.